Alright, algebra, let's see, what is today? 5th of June, 2020. We have, let's see, if you include today's assignment, I think, and then there's 2 next week, I think that's 3. 3 more assignments to go. You can do it, hopefully. Let's see. What are we doing today? We are simplifying quadratic, sounds so fancy, expressions. And notes. It's really not notes, just a lot of vocabulary though. Let me zoom out real quick. So let's see. Wednesday's lesson was solving quadratic equations. By the way, there's a harder type of quadratic equation that we didn't cover in that assignment. We'll teach you when you guys get to advanced algebra. Yeah. And the day before that, we covered squares and square rooting and how they're opposites. And if you want to get rid of a square, you have to square root, and vice versa. So, simplifying quadratic expressions. Like I said, we're just going to do a whole bunch of examples. 5x times 3x minus 2. You are going to distribute 5x times 3x equals 15x squared. Yeah, because there's 2 x's. X times x is x squared. And then you multiply the 5x with the negative 2, and you get 10x. Yeah. Voila. So it's going to be a couple easy ones like that. And then there's going to be a couple harder ones where you have to distribute a negative. And you must be careful. I want to make it even funky. Look at that. Funky. Bam. Negative 4x times 6 is negative 24x. Negative 4x times negative 2x is positive. You got to be careful when you distribute a negative. Got to be careful. 8x squared. So it's going to be a couple harder ones like that. Okay? By the way, this is called a monomial. This is called a binomial. Why is it called a binomial? Because there's 2 terms separated by a plus or a minus sign. But you don't really need that to know that much vocabulary to do this. Okay? Anyways, what's next? Yep, now we get into the nitty-gritty. You don't want none of this. Now we're going to do a binomial times a binomial. Super important. I'm going to make everything positive this for the first problem. Just to teach you the process. 3x times 4x. So you have to distribute the 3x with the 4x like that. And you get 12x squared. And then you have to distribute the 3x with the 5. And you get 15x. And then you have to distribute the 2 with the 4x. And you get 8x. And then you have to distribute the 2 with the 5. And you get 10. So, obviously this problem is much harder than this. I had to distribute 4 times instead of just 2 times. So that's why there should be 4 things here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 things here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And then, you ain't done. You still have to combine like terms. Let me circle them. This guy and this guy. Both of them are positive. Easy to combine like terms when things are positive. Those become positive 23x. And then you're done. You cannot combine this with this because they're not like terms. They do have the same variable, but they do not have the same exponent. So they must have the same exponent in order to be combined. That is the traditional way of showing the work. I'm going to show you two other ways to show the work. So I'm going to call this 3b. I'm going to call that 3a. That's the traditional way of showing the work, not the only way. Some students like, we call this the box method. It's not really a method. It's just a way to organize your work. So you make a box. You make 4 pieces like this. 3x plus 2 goes here. 4x plus 5 goes here, or vice versa. Order doesn't matter, right? And then you multiply. Same thing. You're gonna have to multiply 4 times, just like up here. So you go 3x times 4x, which is 12x squared. Then you're gonna go 3x times 5, which is 15x. And then you go 2 times 4x, write the answer in this box. And then 2 times 5, write the answer in this box. And then combine like terms. The nice thing about the box method is the like terms are the 2 across from each other like that. So if you notice, you get the exact same things. The 4 same pieces. And then you write your final answer. The term with the highest exponent goes first. So this has a 2. These have invisible 1s, right? And then this is kind of like x to the 0. That's why we covered exponents for a couple weeks, so you would understand. Positive 23x, and that's a positive 10. So in between each term, there must be either a plus or a minus sign. You ain't got a plus or minus sign, no bueno. 3c. Oh yes, there is another way to show work. I like to call this the elementary school way. When you guys learned how to, matter of fact, watch this. Recap. Ready? Bam. So you go 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 5, 20. Place value holder. Some teachers put a 0 there. Some teachers put a little slash. Whatever. 1 times 2. 1 times 5. And then you add, right? 8, 2, 7. Well, if it works with numbers, it got to work with algebra. You know why it got to work with algebra? Because these are just numbers. So you're going to stack them on top of each other like this. Draw the line. Put a time sign out there. It's just like this. Think of this as 32 times 45. It's kind of the same concept, right? So you're going to multiply the 5 with the 2. You get a 10. Multiply the 5 with the 3x. You get a 15x. Place value holder. Then you go 4x times 2. And then 4x times 3x. Bam! And then you add vertically. Oh, look at that. Exactly the same. Exactly the same. So, these are just 3, but make sure you put plus signs there. If your answer is positive, you put plus. If your answer is negative, you put minus. So, there's 3 ways for you to show your work. Yeah? I don't care which way you show it, to be honest with you. All 3 are beautiful to me. Okay. Let me do a couple more of these. Or one more of these problems, but with negatives, so you at least get to see negative problems in action. And then, that's it. Yeah? Okay. So let's go 5x minus 6 times 3x plus 4. It's a negative. You got to be careful. You got to be careful when you're multiplying with negatives. Bam, bam. 15x squared. 5x times 4, positive 20x. This is a negative 6. You have to think of it as a negative 6. Negative 6 times 3x is negative 18x. And then negative 6 times positive 4 is negative 24. And then you combine like terms. Don't forget to combine like terms. So positive 20 and negative 18 makes positive 2. Voila. Alright. Just be careful when there's negatives, alright? And that's it for this lesson. Last lesson of the week. Oh. Lesson 1 next week, I'm going to actually teach you why we call these quadratic equations. Because it'll make sense. First lesson next week, it'll make sense why they're called quadratic equations. Good luck with the assignment. Have a good weekend. And I'll post a new assignment next Monday.